Hello and welcome back, my stylish friends. Design number 3 for 2025 blanket. And these are little hearts that we created by using 2 different color yarn. I am using purple and elephant gray, almost looking like a nice off-white, but you can use any color. And I did establish some rules for our 2025 blanket. And we are making 4 rows plus 1, which will be just the border. So this is not that difficult to make. We make in the first round 1 of each color cluster. So you're switching yarn color every cluster. And once you complete the round number 1, where you will have 2 of each color clusters facing each other on the either side, the next round you will make the same thing, only you will be using 2 clusters. Okay, so normally I will finish with this gray color yarn, but because I know I need to make another cluster of my purple, I will change yarn color now. Okay. So this is how I start each round, but again, you can use your own method. And if you need instruction how we are making 1 color granny square, I will leave a link in the comments. And as I said, we are making 2 the same color clusters on each side right now. And I do carry my yarn color around so I can use my contrasting and main color yarn all around this round. I do not cut the yarn. I will be carrying this through the whole project. At the end, if there is any visible carry over yarn, I will show you how to hide those ends on the wrong side. Okay, so far so good. It's simple. We are just changing yarn color every side of the square. If you are new to my channel, welcome and thank you for joining me to create this 2025 granny square blanket. Okay, we are almost done with round number 2. This time I will not change my yarn color because I know my next cluster, my first cluster in the round number 3, will be the main color yarn. So I just go forward with my main color yarn and I will make the whole side of the square with the main color yarn. So this is round number 3. One side will be 1 color yarn and one side will be again using contrasting color yarn. In the middle, we will start another heart design. So let me know if you have any questions or any challenges completing this project. Granny square is very easy for beginners because you do not make the whole project at the same time. You're just creating little squares and later we combining them to the larger project. Again, this year we are learning 25 different designs with 2 color yarn. Last year project we learned 24 different designs. Well, technically 27 because there are a few extra. So if you would like to check all of them and incorporate in your new blanket or any other project, please visit my channel and there is a Granny Square playlist. Okay, so we are done with round number 3. There you go. We have 1 full heart on each side and then we started our second heart. Now let me show you how I make this transition. I keep my old color yarn to the right first and then I put this yarn under. This way original yarn color is holding that transition in place. And this is how we will work round number 4. On this side where your full heart is already visible, you will make 1 line with contrasting color yarn And on each side where you started your heart design, you just complete that heart design by placing 2 clusters of contrasting color yarn on each side of the one that you already made. So as you see, I change yarn color. I will add 2 more clusters with contrasting color yarn. I will carry my main color yarn and I will start again just to finish this side, and I will change my yarn color for the other side to place every single cluster with my contrasting color yarn. I hope you learned something new today, and I hope you like this design and you will incorporate in your many different projects. One thing I want to point, and this is only because technically this is just 4 round design and we are finishing round number 4. The design looks completely different depending how you want to connect those squares together. So let me finish this last side of the round number 4. This is the continuation of my heart. And then technically I'm done with the purple color yarn, and I can cut that yarn and continue to working only with my main color yarn. And this is what I want to show you. The design is actually 4 rounds. This is the design, but you cannot see those 2 other hearts because you need to place additional round around. And one of the rules for 2025 blanket is that you always place your last round with main color yarn. So I will be using in this case gray. So now I will just speed up this round because it's just one color. You're placing your clusters all around using one color yarn. And I'm sure you are very familiar with that. Only one more thing I want to mention kind of as a reminder. Check your yarn tension as often as possible. Through the whole project, I usually try to check every few stitches, making sure that my square is flat and retaining the shape of the square. Okay, so we are almost done, and then I want to show you 2 more things. First, when we cut the yarn, with this project, it's very important that we recreate the last stitch because we will be using mattress stitch to connect the squares. And I want the edge of the square to be beautiful, and you want to see every single stitch. Just like that. Now I will hide my ends, and also I show you how I hide the visible ones. So I will go under that yarn and pull that yarn a little bit lower into the project. And you can do this for every single one, or you can do only the one that you think are too visible on the right side. And if I see the same color, I leave them alone. And this is the final project. It's done. As you see, the design looks more visible when you're placing a darker background, but I like both equally, and I will use both in my blanket design this year. Thank you for crocheting with me today, and I hope you join me for the next project. Have a great day.